What's up, YouTube? What's going on, man? Everybody is doing the verdict. Diddy found not guilty of RICO. Malene, Miss King, we at Miss King's channel. Shout out to her. And oh man, I think she feel the same way I feel. Tisha Tales, they all feel the same way I feel. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. We gotta pray, man. We all gotta do some praying, man, and try to help each other. Uncle Mike feeling sad right about now. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Let's check this out, man. Here we go.
Hopefully you guys can see me here. I'm gonna wait till I see more people come in. Oh my gosh. So yeah, Diddy is found. Let me make this a little smaller. Diddy is found, essentially for me, he's found not guilty. He's found not guilty because they made this whole thing. They made this entire thing about the RICO, which I said I felt like the case was skimpy. I felt like this case was skimpy. I've been saying it throughout, but they kept hammering in on these predicate acts, only two predicate acts. And then you can get a RICO. But I've been saying, like, where's this enterprise? I sent a video, like, where's all this money? He's made hundreds of millions of dollars. Like, and it was like less than $1 million, it seemed, that was spent on any of this stuff. Far less than $1 million. But this is crazy. The government overreach. We talked about it. And I think the government knew they overreach. Hi, guys. Your boy Diddy. Let me move this over here. Your boy Diddy is can't stop, won't stop. The diddler is diddling. And then, guys, what kind of RICO has no other co-conspirators? No co-conspirators. All that crap I was talking, what crap was I talking? I gave my opinion on it. I think he's disgusting. And honestly, my thing is, and I've been saying this throughout, if you haven't watched all my videos, guys, I have been saying, where's everybody else? Where's all the freak off tapes? Where's all the other celebrities? Where are the handlers? Like, this case was weak. It was lukewarm. It was tepid. Maureen Comey prosecuted this. Her father is James Comey, okay? The same one that did nothing about Hillary Clinton's email server, 33,000 emails. The same one that did nothing about Pizzagate. The same one that said we were conspiracy theorists. They shut it down, right? I've been saying this. Where's the teeth in this? I said Jane Doe, AKA Daphne Joy, was a gold-digging bop. She was a gold-digging bop. That is my opinion. I'm sorry. I did not see her as a victim. I said Cassie was a victim, but I still did not see how it was RICO, but they kept hammering two predicate acts. Guys, two predicate acts. Well, predicate act up your behind, because clearly there was nothing there. And they could have, where was KK? Guys, where was KK at? He's going to do some time. Is he though? Is he going to do some time? Let's be honest. Maureen Comey prosecuted Ghislaine Maxwell, got 20 years. No clients. She supposedly trafficked all these girls to different men. Where are the men? Where are the clients? Where was Bill Clinton in that case? You can't even get documents on Ghislaine Maxwell. Jeffrey Epstein deletes himself. Please miss me. I've been calling them out on this. But I think Diddy's disgusting. I just think they reached too far with the RICO. But they gaslit me. They gaslit me with that two predicate things. Hi, guys. New York been corrupt, guys. Been corrupt. Okay. Like let's be honest. So let's get into it. Hi, everybody.
Yeah,
I want everybody to not internalize this. It's okay to be upset if you're upset, but listen, God is still good, and this ain't gonna change nothing in your life. So it's not gonna change nothing in my life.
I'm trying to think like that. I'm trying my best to think like that.
If this was you or I up there, they wouldn't even barely need witnesses or evidence, and we would be under the jail, under the prison. Can't stop, won't stop. Guys, y'all make sure that you breathe, take it in, and release it. Because you still got to go to work. You may be at work right now, and they living their best life. Diddy is living his best life at this point. Don't flip-flop today. I ain't flip-flopping today. Who flip-flop? You must not watch everything I've said. You must not have watched everything I've said.
They're gonna be coming after all of us.
Guys, listen, we cannot. Thank you for the super chat though, King 0420. I appreciate that. I said for a while, like, where is the meat in this case? There was no real meat. I needed freak off tapes. I needed more witnesses. You'd only had 2 victims, allegedly. Well, 2 victims there were. Cassie Ventura and Daphne Joy. Daphne Joy is a wrap. I said that. I felt like there were some things were a victim. She was a victim in some way, kind of, but I feel like she was a victim of her own stupidity, her own greed. I'm sorry if you don't like that. Like, the chick is out here doing the most, even after she testified, hugging Diddy's lawyer. He's still paying her bills. Like, she's a wrap. She's a complete wrap. But they reached too far. They reached too far. And I just don't understand why they made it a RICO. Is it because the statute of limitations was up on the rest of the stuff? That's what I'm thinking. But it's and then he had no defense. But shout out, as I have been saying, one of my favorite lawyers. I have a couple lawyers that are my favorite. Brian Steele, I have been telling you, that's my boo. That's him, Brian Friedman, and Ashley Merchant, and I think it's Steve Sadow. Okay, Mad Dog Sadow down there in Georgia. I have some favorite attorneys. Brian Steele was one of his attorneys, and I've been telling y'all, that man don't miss. That man does not miss at all. Oh, right. Where are the minors? Guys, where's the real case? Let's be honest. Where was the real case? Where was the real case? It was no. I honestly do think this was a distraction. I've been made video after video. This was a distraction. This was a distraction. They just wasted all of our time. They wasted all of our time. They wasted taxpayer dollars. As usual, this is what they do. Okay. New York is always doing the most. Okay. So no, he is not innocent. Let's be clear. Diddy is not innocent. He is a depraved, disgusting degenerate that wants to claim God and all this other stuff. What God are you serving? Baphomet? Baphomet? Can we talk about how dark? Like, are we really thinking? Let's be honest. Do we really think the government really was trying to convict him when they didn't present any of the evidence, any of the real witnesses, even of the real victims that we know about? People that have come forth and spoke about the things that have happened, kids that were party favors, allegedly. Okay, in this whole mix-up, he has cameras everywhere. All this freaky stuff is going on. He's got digital blackmail on everybody, not just his own personal freak offs. They didn't include any of it. Why? Because I personally think Diddy has been a Fed for decades. I think he was moving just like Jeffrey Epstein. That's just my opinion, because they have the same blackmail formula, the exact same one, the same one the government has been using since J. Edgar Hoover. Okay, so we can get into the FBI and how they used freak offs and people being gay or having some type of lifestyle that wasn't with the mainstream. And they used that and they would blackmail. And that's how they would control politicians as well as celebrities. Like, we know this. We're not going to get into the Martin Luther King files. We're not going to get into it. Listen, no man is above the law. If you're not God, I ain't got it. I don't care. Okay, I'm going to call it how I see it. Yeah, where was Christina Coram, guys? Where was Christina Coram this entire time? What's his name? D-Rock? Where was it? This was such a weak, lukewarm, tepid case. You got Daphne Joy as one of your witnesses. Like, make it make sense. Like, the woman, like, she started the violence with Diddy. I've been calling her out. It was she was in her 30s. She's already a baby mama. She's already passed around the industry from what I've seen and heard. Okay. Cassie was a different story. But at the same time, where was the RICO? Where was all this criminal enterprise? It was just Diddy being a weirdo and doing these freak offs. It was all about the freak offs. How are you going to have a RICO tied to that? It just wasn't giving. It wasn't giving. And it reminds me of Georgia. I don't care how you feel politically, but the Georgia RICO against Trump, that's why that fell apart. Okay. Same thing. The RICO down there with Young Thug. That's where I fell in love with Brian Steele and Ashley Merchant, who defended Brian Steele in the Young Thug trial. And then she defended one of Trump's co-defendants. When I tell you, I love some of these lawyers with my soul. I do. Because they eat down. Oh, thank you. Wait, I got to pull this up. Hold on. Where's my little super sticker? What are you guys feeling? What are you feeling right now? Good morning. Good morning. I got my little Starbucks. I got my little fresh juice. Okay. We're staying in a good space. We're staying in a good space. We're not going to let this rock our world. Thank you, Don from Miller. I appreciate it. So I'm gonna get into the article. Oh, here it is. Dolo Solo. Hi, thank you. Thank you as well. But guys, this is crazy work. We knew it. I said it in a couple videos. Are they just distracting us? And this is just some setup. The government knew they didn't have a case. The government knew they did not have a case. We knew they didn't have a case, but we were gaslit with the two predicate acts. Two predicate acts. Two predicate acts. Oh my goodness. Good morning. You guys got it. Look, we still got to work. We still got to pay bills. We still got kids. We still got life to do. And I wonder how much time Diddy's going to get. So, who is switching up? Oh, no. You don't watch what I say. You haven't been listening over here. Okay. No, baby. I don't switch up. I've been saying the things that I've been saying. Been saying the things I'm saying. Okay. All right. Been saying it. I don't care if you're a politician. I don't care if you're a celebrity. I'm going to call it how I see it. May the chips fall where they may. Right now, what's so crazy, I don't know if you guys know this, but Ryan Reynolds has me blocked on Twitter because I was calling out things about him and Blake Lively and their lying behinds. And now, have you guys heard? Blake Lively is subpoenaing Perez Hilton, Andy Signal, my friend Andy Signal over at Popcorn Planet, because he's on the whole documentary on that case, and Candace Owens. When I tell you the hell that Candace Owens has unleashed on them people, on Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively, when I tell you the hell that Candace Owens has just unleashed on everybody, because they're trying to subpoena, trying to say that she was part of the paid smear campaign against her, against Blake Lively. That's a whole nother thing. I just have to tell you guys, I'm dealing with a bunch of different cases at once. So I promise you, nobody is in their feelings over here. Melanie, you going to be at the next free call. I get you. Oh, no, absolutely not. Listen, I'm in the bed at 9. I'm in the house. You don't see me outside. I promise you. Oh, I want to hear from the ladies. Like, we needed a medical expert. Like, you telling me about these freak offs, sores in your throat, they peeing in your mouth. You can't even swallow. You can't talk. You got vaginal infections that cannot be fixed with antibiotics no more. When I tell you, having sex for days, hours at a time, listen, I got a good 30 minutes. I got to go to bed. And we're not doing all that. Like it's like I'm too old. If you guys don't know, I am 43 years old. Absolutely not. Okay. I'm gonna leave that for the children and the gold diggers and whoever. That absolutely not. If y'all Pup is legend and we'll be home soon, hopefully. Okay. If that's how you see him, absolutely not. I don't worship no man. Nobody's legend in my mind unless your name is Jesus Christ and him alone. So you can worship man if you want to. But I appreciate you, Born Rich, for my $2. But no. Are we putting stock? Are we celebrating celebrities now? Are we still on that?
Oh, my gracious.
Y'all really not understanding Diddy. In my opinion, Diddy's been a Fed for years. And I've been telling you guys about One Nation Under Blackmail, Whitney Webb. In fact, I'll pull it up because I talk about it so often. I think it's important that you guys open your eyes. Like, they're really playing in your faces if you think any of this was legit. I've been saying this. I told you that it's not legit. I've tried to express that as much as I can. Just trying to find this picture. One Nation Under Blackmail. Da, 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 da. Okay. Why is this not? All right. I'm going to just share this real quick. Okay. It's just all the books. I want to do the images. Why is it not showing the images? Let me make this. I'm going to stretch this out. Oh, it says, this is so embarrassing to SDNY. These guys are very political prosecutors. They used to be respectable. Thank you, Ray Dewar. I appreciate that. I agree with you. I agree with you. I don't know if they've ever been respectable. Because remember, you guys open your eyes. You have to detach all your feelings and personal whatever from this. You have to understand they're all playing in our faces. Every single one, the government, Diddy, everybody's playing in our faces. Maureen Comey, her father is James Comey. Do we need to talk about Pizzagate right now? Do we need to talk about Hillary Clinton's email server, 33,000 emails, government classified emails in her home? Do we need to talk about how they destroyed it? Okay. Do we need to talk about how they destroyed the server so nothing can come out? But then we had WikiLeaks. We had Julian Assange, who was held for years as a political prisoner. WikiLeaks giving the people the information of what was going on out there. Okay. And he did absolutely nothing. He decided to announce it at the 2016 election, a few days before the election. And then later on say, we're not going to prosecute Hillary Clinton. We're not going to do anything about it. That's her daddy. She's the prosecutor in this case. She was the prosecutor for Ghislaine Maxwell.
30 mil.
Are we really? I've been calling this out. I did several videos about this. Yesterday, I talked about it. King 0420. Cassie got 30 mil for being a freak. She good, Mel. I do not believe Cassie was just a freak. I think she's completely different than Daphne Joy. Now, if you want to go there with Daphne Joy, listen, we can do that all day, babe. But I do believe she was groomed fresh out of high school. I think it's a completely different situation. Plus, he was beating her all the time. Daphne Joy is the one that started the violence, if I'm remembering correctly, with Diddy. Like, it's a whole, if she was already a baby mama. I'm sorry. But thank you, King. Is your last name King, or you stole my last name like everybody does? Big Rocks, Little Rocks, Melanie, wish we would have met in another lifetime. You could have been my baddie, and you're a real one. I can pray for an alternate afterlife. Oh, I appreciate that. But we can be friends here. We can talk. We can be friends. But yeah, One Nation Under Blackmail, volumes 1 and 2. Okay. Let me see if I click the picture. I'm sorry if it looks weird. I'm trying. But anyway, she has 2 volumes, guys. The books are outstanding. I do audiobooks. Y'all know I'm not reading because I'm slow as it is.
Nah, you're doing a great job. You're doing a very great job. You're making me feel better because I'm down in the dumps. And I really don't think they proved the RICO, right? Especially with one person. But I think Diddy should do some time for something. That's all I got to say.
And she actually, so those books were originally because she wanted to go through all the files of Jeffrey Epstein, comb through how the government has used blackmail, MK Ultra, all types of things. These are documented things. This isn't speculation. This isn't conspiracy theory. And it filled 2 thick books of all the information going all the way back to J. Edgar Hoover, how they use these freak offs. Okay. They started with the government. This is why I believe Diddy was groomed into it. This is how I feel like he had a meteoric rise when he was very young for no reason at all. This is why I think Andre Harrell, Heavy D, we can talk about all the people that died, okay, that he moved into. He was making moves in certain ways, how he's gotten away with gun charges. We can talk about Tupac and Biggie. You think the government wasn't part of that? Come on. We've been doing this too long. We're too grown. We're too old. We know they lie and they scheme. Wait, you guys think he's going to get time served? He might, honestly. I think he might. As Judge Shady Court, as a retired cop, the jury got it right. Blessings to them. Okay, yeah. I could not see, and I have been telling you, where is the RICO? I was like, it's just a little bit of money that he paid off. He's just buying drugs. He's beating on his girlfriend. He's He's doing these weird freak offs for 4 days. He's doing these freak offs. He's doing the most. He was an abusive man. They admitted that he was an abusive man, but they kept gaslighting me with the 2 predicate acts. I'm not an attorney. And attorneys are saying they actually proved that it was RICO. Several people have come out, several attorneys were saying, yeah, technically by the law, they did prove it. But to me, it was so lukewarm. Live in Style International says, don't pass any blunts in a cipher. You'll be charged with inhaling to distribute. Listen, what did I tell you guys? If we did any of these things, we'd be under the jail. I personally believe Christina Coram is his handler. I personally believe Christina Coram was his handler. It made no damn sense why she was not a co-conspirator to a RICO. You got one person under a RICO indictment. And I do feel like the RICO is lazy. The RICO was lazy in this case. I do not believe that Diddy was running a criminal enterprise per se. I feel as though he was using funds from his business, his money, to pay different things that he had going on, paying off the security guard for the tape and all of that. I do think that could be part of it, but it's not I don't see how it was ongoing. Why did they choose this? And I think it's because maybe the statute of limitations were up for other things. But I think they overcharged him on purpose. I believe they overcharged Diddy on purpose because the government, again, we're talking about Maureen Comey in this case. All right. Ghislaine Maxwell, Maureen Comey, James Comey, daughter, Hillary Clinton email, Pizzagate, John Podesta. They came out after Pizzagate, tried to tell us it was all fake. They had this fake shooter that came and shot up the pizza place to kind of, all of these crazy people. And look, they tried to shoot up the place. No, that guy was sentenced for that. That's my opinion. And not only that, but so they gaslit us and tried to say it was Pizzagate was debunked. It was debunked. Hillary Clinton's email. Yeah, Barack Obama had $65,000 worth of hot dogs flown in from Chicago for his party. They're saying in the email, John Podesta, we've got pizza in the hot tub for you, 7 and 9 years old for entertainment. 7 and 9 year old pizza. You left a napkin at from the party from the day before. Do you want me to keep a napkin for you, or you want to come pick it up? Like the coded language. So they tried to tell us that, there was nothing there and y'all are crazy. Then they did the little shootout to try to distract us and say that nothing was there. And everybody's conspiracy theorists. And now they're getting people to, if we don't get this in check, look at how these conspiracy theorists will come and shoot up a place. Meanwhile, the guy who first said that it was debunked, it never was. They just shut us down and you could not speak about it. So the main guy who said it was debunked, guess what? Did you guys know what happened? Do you guys know what happened with him? He was one of John Podesta's best friends, Hillary Clinton's campaign manager. Well, it came out about in 2023, he was arrested. Guess what he was arrested for? I'll say certain words. Raping toddlers and babies. The man who said it was debunked. This is fact. You can look it up. Like when I tell you, they play in our face. They do. Jay Hunter Leet says, Mel, you've been doing a great job covering this. By the way, we're both from the DMV and now in Tampa. I mean, you got some free time. Come on out to the Corona Cigar Lounge. Okay. Look at you. Thank you, Jay. I appreciate that. DMV in the house. I moved back to the DMV temporarily and I hated it. I hated the DMV, the traffic, it was just too much. The school systems, I hate there, guys. I hated it, but I love it because that's where I'm from. It says, this is disgusting. They have not found him guilty in at least 2 of these charges. I would have thought jury nullification. Guys, this is the way the cookie crumbles. This is the way the cookie crumbles. These people, they're getting away with these things all the time. Open your eyes. Don't personalize it. Don't internalize it. You're going to have a good day. You still got to go to work. You still got bills to pay. You still got real issues in your life. Do not let the government pull you down. Do not let this case pull you down. Stay removed from it.
I need to hear that.
You can be disappointed, but I want you to keep your head up Have a blessed day, and absolutely do not absorb anything that's happening, because this is how they play with us. This is how they play with us. But I appreciate it. Was it Kona's mom? Oh, is that Kona? Hi, Kona. I should bring in my little dog. It says, great show. Devastating news for the survivors of sexual assault from powerful people. Mann Act sentencing max is 10 years. And some say Diddy may get off with no prison time and payment of a fine. Do you agree on the sentencing? I don't. I think Diddy is a disgusting monster. And I will stand on that. He is. Like, the things I've heard, the things that he's into. Cassie, to me, was the main victim. Daphne Joy, like I told you guys, I'm just not buying it. I'm just not buying it. Just the way she's moving, him still paying the bills. None of it makes sense with her. And I think the government failed. The government failed the victims, guys. Yes, Diddy may have victimized people, but the government failed in this case. That's who needs to be held accountable. When victims are not believed, when cases fall apart, understand that is the government's fault. Right? So all of our anger, all of our ire, all of our feelings should be pointed towards that. But I'm not surprised with the things that I know, the things that I've seen go down in cases and trials, even cases that are even brought forth. Like I said, I'm even covering the Justin Baldoni versus Blake Lively. It is an abomination what is going on with that case. The good guys lose all the time. The good guys lose all the time. Once you absorb that, once you feel that, once you hold on to that, once you make that part of your belief system, you have to understand that we're fighting against a system, not just individuals. We're fighting against a system, and our main op is the government.
Somebody said everybody needs to pour out a little bit of baby oil. Oh my God.
Our main op is the government. They failed victims. As I've told you guys, my mother recently passed last month, but I've told you guys her story. My mother was, I guess I'll just say it because enough time has passed. My mother was raped. Okay. Had my older sister when she was 14. She had a machete to her throat.
Damn.
She actually had some friends who tricked her. Okay. That's a whole nother thing. And my mother was victimized through that. And so when I tell you I stand up for victims, I stand for victims. Okay. I stand for victims. Oh, hold on. What's going on? Let me see. Someone came.
Somebody said Fat Joe Nakes. Free Diddy, free Diddy, free Diddy. All kinds of stuff going on. The feds love children and lost and local baby oil. You meant it. Yeah, I'm sorry for your loss. Yeah, because she said her mom's was arid. Dang, young. This is crazy, man. I'm going to go ahead and cut it right there. I got some other videos that I got to put up and do. But she usually bring some conclusion, and she lift my spirits up a little bit. But look here, I'm gonna get on up out of here, man. I feel sorry for the victims. I feel sorry for people that was deciding to come forward. That's the main thing. For everybody who was deciding to come forward and like the Me Too movement. You know, you can talk all that Me Too stuff, but when it's time to deliver, you see what happens. So people, you know what? If I testify against this guy and he get off, he gonna come after me. Or he gonna send somebody after me. Y'all need to strip him. And the RICO would have stripped him, but y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell him Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out.